Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is March 5th, 2023 at 9:45 a.m. So March 5th being Wednesday, the third Wednesday in March 2023 in particular. I had some interesting dreams last night. But before I get into that, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone. And that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity, great. If it doesn't, then it is what it is. Also, if my video cuts out at any point of this video, I'm just going to upload it as is. I'm not going to continue on with the part 2, part 3. I'm not. I pray to God and call upon Archangel Michael and any ancestors, angels, and spirits of the highest light that love me unconditionally to continue to protect me and my family during this time. Please help us see things clearly and to help us remove the fog of illusion that has led us down a false path in the past. Amen. All right, so let's see. Oh, I gotta update my calendar. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna be doing some lives again. I'm gonna try and do some more lives starting either because today is Wednesday, so maybe Friday or Saturday or Thursday. I don't know when, but I'm gonna be doing a live this week. So I had a dream that well, I don't know, I had like a couple of dreams, but one of the dreams that was interesting to me was there was a mother and a sister, and they felt like, so this could be anybody, all right? You could be in this position, but I just thought it was interesting. But there was a mother and a sister, and they felt threatened, or I guess that's not really the word. What would be the proper word for this situation? Okay. They felt like they were being imposed on, right? Like their property was being taken from them, but their property being their son, or the mother's son, which would be the sister's brother. But what's interesting is that in the dream, it was weird because obviously the son is the son of the mother, and then there's like his sister, so he would be a sibling, right? But both of these women, they felt like I was stealing their man, right? So that's interesting. And also in my one of my videos, like 2 videos ago, I posted, I think it was what was it? They want their Queen of Cups back. In that video, somebody had came towards me because I talked about this dream in that video. I talked about a dream I had where a woman, like, she's just miserable, right? In the dream, she was just like miserable, so she just wanted me to be miserable too. But she came to me with some sort of like information, like gossip, and the gossip had something to do about incest, right? Now, the dream that I had last night, remember, I'm talking about a mother and a sister. They felt like I was stealing their man. Their man meaning the mother's son, who is also the sibling of the sister. So now this could actually mean like actual, you know, or this could just be like emotional, because emotional incest is actually a thing. It's like when a sibling or a parent or whatever, you just put your emotional needs on your sister or your brother or your whoever, right? It's so they're taking care of your emotional needs while physically you do whatever with other people, right? It's still, your children are not supposed to fulfill you emotionally where another adult is supposed to, and vice versa. Like, another adult is not supposed to fulfill you where, you know, maybe you lacked from your mother or your father, right? So this mother and the sister, they both need healing because they saw me being in a relationship with this man as like stealing their man. It was interesting too because what what else? What else did I see? The man. There was something about this man. Like when he was around them, he was still acting like a child. But then when he was around me, he was more mature. And then something about bags. Oh, the man had suitcases. It's like there was a phone call. He was on the phone with the mother and the sister like simultaneously, like like a three-way call. And they were talking to him like he was their man, right? And after they got off the phone, these bags, like these heavy suitcases or bags, appeared in his hand. So it's kind of like they wanted him to carry the burden of their emotional needs. You see what I'm saying? So it is emotional incest. So that's all I got. That's all I got for you right now. So yeah, so you could be dealing with something like this where the women in your person's family, they feel like you're stealing their person, and you're probably like, what is this? I don't understand. Look up emotional incest, all right? And if the description fits, then this video is for you. And if you're just like, no, that's not me, then, then it's not you. But thanks for watching, right? I appreciate that. But, yeah, it was so weird because it's just like, wow, you guys really feel like I'm stealing your man. It wasn't like they physically felt that, like emotional, deep within them. They really, really felt like I was stealing their property, like their man. Like it was like, don't touch my man, don't talk to my man. This is my man. Like that's how they felt. Like they genuinely, it's because they're putting their emotional needs on this man. They wanted this man to fulfill their emotional needs for like evers and evers and evers. And I don't know, it kept this man like a child and immature around them. And as long as, he was like a child and immature, then their emotional needs would be fulfilled. But if he grew up to be a man, then they wouldn't be able to do that anymore. And also, the man in my dream, he didn't see that this was happening. He didn't see that he was like their emotional lackey in a sense, right? But that's that. So now let me move on and pull some cards. I knew I needed another deck. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna get these. And then I'll get this. So yeah. So the weather's more calm out. It's very, very bright, but I don't really see the sun out, so it's like gloomy but sunny, right? All right, let's see. Okay, this one. So that, if that comes up in the cards, then it comes up in the cards. But for the most part, collective. This has nothing to do with you, but they want it. They want something. They want it to make it like your business or your issue, because if this is if this is like your boyfriend or even your girlfriend, right? You take it how it fits, irrespective of gender. So if this is like your boyfriend or your husband or fiance even, or somebody you're, talking to, whoever this is, it's like you're not doing anything wrong but being in a consensual adult relationship, right? But these people, they want you to feel like you've stolen some sort of property of theirs. But that's the thing, you can't own another human being. Oof. Okay. Stay the course. You are moving in the right direction. You are bright energy. Color uplifts you. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Especially if this person is coming towards you, or they have intentions of coming towards you, or this is somebody who isn't really interested in like being the emotional, taking care of the emotional needs of people in their family. They're not doing that anymore. Honestly, that has, that's I feel like this could be for the divine masculine or divine feminine. Because the man in my dream, he didn't feel very divine. He felt kind of karmic because he was still carrying the emotional bags, that were not his, right? Like, you can't, no offense, but you can't be divine if you're too busy taking care of karmic people, right? Like, you're just hurting yourself, wounding yourself, delaying yourself. So you could have, so who I'm talking to would be a divine person. So if you're a divine feminine, this could be somebody in your past, or this could be just something that you're witnessing, but maybe within like, maybe your friend is dating somebody who's like, I don't know, emotionally, whose mom, sister are emotionally dependent on this man. But honestly, this is not your business. This is like that one video with Keke Palmer, and the video was like, they were asking her, do you know this man, right? And Keke Palmer in the video, she was like, I hate to say it to you, and I feel bad for this man, but if I seen this man walking down the street, I couldn't tell you who he is because I don't know this man. Sorry to this man, but I don't know this man, right? So this is kind of like you're just like staying in your lane, stay the course. You are bright energy. So it's kind of like you see what's happening, but it's like that's not your business. So I that video is so funny to me. Oh my gosh. If I find it, I'll post it on my community board because it is hilarious. Sorry to this man, but I don't know this man, right? So you could have known that this was a situation. And so if this is somebody that you're currently in a relationship with, or you were in a relationship with, you can see this. You see that this is the situation on their side in their life, and you could either be like, well, I'm not dealing with this. Like, you're not playing Captain Save-A-Ho, right? So whether or not that person is a hoe, I don't know, but you're just not in the habit of saving people right now. So you're just focused on staying the course. Your bright energy color uplifts you. Also, you don't let this person or these people make you feel guilty because you're moving in the right direction and you know that. This is kind of complicated because if you're with someone right now, this could be happening to you right now, but your person is still with you. But like his family members, they want you to feel like you're stealing him from them, right? Like that has nothing to do with you though. If that's how they want to feel, that's how they want to feel. Because you're not doing anything. You are moving in the right direction. So just keep doing that. I guess I'm jumping into tarot. So I guess there's something about a decision. The decision would be, do you want to stay or do you want to move on? Either one, like, there's something about a decision here, okay? With a full reverse. I feel like now this full reverse is the man. Like, he knows that this is basically emotional incest, right? That is a thing. Google it, look it up, right? Just because there's no physicalities to it, it doesn't make it any less damaging. It's very damaging, right? Alright, so now this is starting to be for the man. So whoever this karmic masculine is, and yes, he's a karmic because he's not really doing anything to better himself. Like, I feel like he knows this. Like, he's a child around these people. But it's very damaging because they don't respect him. They see him as a child. This man, I feel like he's risking his future, or he has risked his future. There's something about him, instead of taking leap of faith for a better future, he's just risking his future by continuing to carry on these bags that don't belong to him. These emotional bags, right? Let me move that right there. Now this man he wants you to feel guilty as well because you're not saving him. You're not playing Captain Save-A-Ho. So there's a lot of guilt coming from a lot of different directions right now. So the mother and the sister want you to feel guilty for stealing their property, in a sense. This man wants you to feel guilty because you didn't save him, or he doesn't feel saved by you. Okay? Oh, that's what the decision was about. The decision was for either you to stay and save him or leave. But either way, like, it doesn't really affect your purpose, right? But I feel like a lot of you chose to leave because you're not dealing with that. That's heavy stuff. But a lot of you chose to stay, right? Now, if you chose to stay, that could be part of your calling to, like, fix and heal and all that stuff, right? But a lot of you chose to leave as well. So I'm assuming that this is for those of you that chose to leave. So if you chose to leave, this masculine wanted you to, like, I don't know, risk it for him. So the decision was for you to leave. If you left, that would be the leap of faith, starting anew elsewhere. If you stayed, you would be risking your future. But that also goes for the masculine as well. If he stayed, he would be risking his future. But if he left, that would be taking a leap of faith, dropping the emotional bags that no longer belong to him, right? They're not his. Why are you carrying them? You know? So you, collective, you took that leap of faith. This masculine, he risked his future by continuing to carry bags that were not his. So let me move this here. I'm going to put "You are bright energy, color uplifts you" at the top, because you know that no matter what, this is not your problem. I feel like they want to darken your world with guilt and, like, pain and shame. But it's impossible because you see nothing but color. So this masculine, he risked it all. He risked a future. And you staying the course, you're literally, like, heading towards, like, happiness and love and light. Four of Wands. Stay the course. You are moving in the right direction. Four of Wands. So you being in the right directions, that's allowing you to achieve your Four of Wands. Happiness, a happy, healthy home, stability. This is what this masculine risked. I don't think he knew what he was risking. But at the same time, you got to think of it. If they were keeping him in the state, like, of childlike, I want to say dubiousness, right? He didn't realize that this is what he would be giving up. So this could be something that he gave up with you, or this is just something that he gave up in general. But he didn't know this because he was too busy carrying the emotional bags of his mother and his sister. So I'm assuming that this man lost the four of this man had potential for a Four of Wands, but he lost it, right? It's like, he's just not, he wasn't very, like, he was dumb. That's all I can say. I'm really trying to be nice about things. I am. But, like, at the same time, like, if you're dumb, you're dumb. No offense, right? But that's the thing, too. Like, you don't always have to be dumb. You could always learn to be smart. Sun reverse, Queen of Swords reverse, Knight of Wands. So there was a Queen of Wands or a Queen of Swords reverse. First of all, this woman around this masculine. So one of them is a Queen of Swords reverse. So they could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. But it's like this, either the mom or the sister, they were very committed to making sure that this man would not take a leap of faith. That it's like, how do we, to them, it's like they wanted to make sure that this masculine would risk his entire future with you. This is actually really, really sad. Wow. Wow. There was like a lot of manipulation done. Because they were on the phone. They were having a phone call, right? And it's like I heard what they were feeling. And they felt like I was stealing from them their property. The property meaning like the son, the brother. But what they were saying is just that it was some completely different. Like they were putting their emotions onto him. And then when he hung up the phone, these bags appeared in both of his hands. He looked like a bellboy, you know? Like a hotel bellboy. You go, the hotel boy, he's waiting outside. And then you give him your bags. And then he's carrying all these bags. The bags never belong to the bellboy, but that's like his job. It's like they made this man, that's like the job. They made this his job because they're miserable, they're depressed, they're unhappy, they're not. It's like they had this man, this brother, this son. It's like it was his job to make them happy. And I feel like they knew that this was wrong for them to do because they had to do this sneaky and sly, very manipulative, very like lying. First of all, they're mentally unstable. They both are, because I don't care what anybody says. You're mentally unstable if you feel like your son has to take care of your emotional needs. You're mentally unstable if you feel like your brother has to take care of your emotional needs. You're obviously not happy, Sun reverse, Queen of Swords reverse. You're mentally unwell. So the fact that you're trying to make your blood relative, your son, your brother, like, and not only that, but they seen him as his man, like, you're stealing my man. Like, you need to figure some shit out because, like, that's inappropriate. That's inappropriate as hell. And they were this is what they wanted. They wanted this son, brother, to be their emotional bellboy. They did it so long and so often to where he didn't realize what he would be risking, which is to be able to move into the right direction to have a happy, healthy home, a happy, stable, healthy, passionate home, right? Proper. Instead, they wanted him to be in this inappropriate, childlike state. Like, they didn't want him to grow up, because if he grew up, he would see this is inappropriate. All right, let me get some of these and then I'll go back to tarot. So if you see, okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you. All right. So there was a show called Degrassi, right? And there was these siblings. They were called Fiona and Declan. And their relationship was a little inappropriate, right? But it was really more so Fiona. She was more invested in the relationship of her, like the sibling relationship, like in Declan, than Declan was in Fiona. Declan was trying to, like, he had found someone he was interested in, like a girlfriend, right? They're in high school. So he had a girlfriend and he was like spending time with her. He liked her, la 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 la. But Fiona was getting increasingly jealous. Like, she felt like Declan belonged to her, right? Because for a long time, it was just like the two of them versus the world, right? And she wanted to hold on to that. And then it just became more and more inappropriate. And then at one point, she started, in front of everybody, she caused a scene by kissing him, right? And hoping that it would ruin his reputation or his image. Hoping that his girlfriend would end up not wanting to be with him. And she would be kind of like, it was like also a way for her to like stake her territory. Like, yeah, Declan is mine. He's my brother. He's mine. He does whatever I say. It was kind of like that, right? But it was very, very inappropriate the way it was because it was not healthy. Wow. It was actually, it became more codependency. So the mother and the son, they're very codependent on the son. It's kind of like, it's so sad because think of it as like the mother is not married, the mother's single, and then the daughter is not married, she could be single. And so they see the son, the brother, as an opportunity to have a man in their life, right? They don't care that this is their brother or their son, but this is like, I have my man, this is my man, right? Because being that he's the son, being that he's a brother, it's like he would never leave. Like his position will always be the same, the son, the brother, but they see it as this is my man. It's very, very sick, but you got to think about it. We have the sun reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed. So they're mentally unstable. They're not well, right? They have a lot of healing to do. Sun reversed. There we go. That's better. They have a lot of healing to do. And so, yeah, definitely, if you even if you Google Declan and Fiona Degrassi, you might find clips of, like, their scenes. But that was like the most inappropriate thing that like ever happened because although they're you know, they're in high school and all that shit. Change in reverse. Yeah, this Queen of Swords, I feel like either one of them is a Queen of Swords in reverse or they could both be. But nobody wanted this change to happen. They wanted to stay stuck and they were so committed to making sure that this man would risk his future. It's like if you stay this way for a long time, what happens? All right. What happens when you stay stuck in the same position for the longest? You don't grow, right? You don't grow, you don't mature, you don't, nothing. And to them, it's like, if the world is changing outside, but it's fine because as long as we stay the same, as long as we stay in this toxic, unhealthy dynamic, it's okay. It's like their safety net. They did not want anything to change. Even if that meant that this man, like, they would be putting this man in, like, a position where he would risk his future, his happiness, his love, like, his success, his divinity. They didn't care because they were only thinking about themselves. You see what I'm saying? So, this is a very sad reading. So, let me see. So this is something that he risked with you, but he did not know this. I feel now he could be realizing these things, but it's like too little, too late, you know? I mean, unless you want this person back, but that's entirely up to you. So, you know, you do what you want, collective. You're an adult. All right, let me get one for here. Something about a contract. He could have had a contract with you. For some of you, this could be about a feminine who's taken on the emotional needs of her family members. So she could have had a contract with you. So you would have to take that how that resonates. But community. The community is talking about this inappropriate relationship. They see what's going on. Wealthy man. So they saw this man as a wealthy man. So he could have had a lot of I feel like they seen him as like a meal ticket, right? Meal ticket for everything that they needed in their life, right? They couldn't make money, so they had him making the money. They couldn't find loyalty, so they had him being loyal to them. They couldn't find happiness, so they made sure that he made them happy. It's like they put everything, they saw this man as like the wealthy man in their family. The one who could make the money, the one who could make them happy, the one who could make them emotionally satisfied. Like, it's weird, I know. So there's like a lot of emotional incest going on. They really put everything onto this man. But the community are seeing this. I feel like the community is talking about this. Like, they're like, wow, that's weird the way his mom treats him, or that's weird the way his sister treats him. Like, that's weird. I feel like the sister could have also been like, at one point, I want to introduce you to my husband. I'm just kidding. No, this is my brother. Like, at first, I feel like I talked about this in the video. It's like, at first, like, it was meant to be like a harmless joke, but now that people are looking back, they're just like, wow, there's some truth in that, you know, like that wasn't just a joke. Like, she really sees her brother as her husband, or she really sees her son as her husband. Like, that's how deep their emotional, like, insecurities go. Like, that's how deep they need healing, you know, like, oh man. All right, let me move on to some of these. Listen to God. We have listen to God. And that's on top of Knight of Wands. So, alright, I feel like this man, he's being called to put his commitment elsewhere. Like, he's done being loyal to them. He's done taking care of their emotional needs, carrying their bags, being their bellboy, making money for them, going along with the jokes. Like, haha, this is my husband. I'm just kidding. No, that's my son. I'm just kidding. This is my brother. Like, oh my God. Love triangle on the bottom. Love triangle. I feel like he's being called to, like, I'm seeing the card wake up and get out in my deck. It's like God is telling him that this is not normal. Like, it's time for you to be committed to your higher purpose. All right, I'm back. Yeah, so they were committed to making this happening, but now he has to be brave and listen to God. Like, he has to find the strength within him to break this cycle, to get out. Like, God is like, do you have the strength to free yourself from these bonds? Like, are you brave enough to go for what you want? Because you've risked a lot in your life. Are you brave enough to, like, put an end to this? I feel like God is talking to him. But he just has to find the strength to listen and be brave enough to do what God is telling him to do. This makes me want to cry. I always find it so emotional when God is talking to someone to raise them out of, like, a really bad situation. Because that's such an emotional, pivotal moment in a person's life. You know? It's kind of like, are you brave enough to take my hand? I'm sorry I lied. So, God is talking to him. And God is like, are you brave enough to admit your situation? Are you brave enough to admit what's going on? Because this man could have also been lying to himself. I don't mean about, like, I mean, yeah, he could have been lying to the community or whatever, but I feel like he was really lying to himself about the situation with his mother and his sister. Like ignoring the red flags, ignoring the situation, not trying to see it for what it really is, like, you know, being in denial. When you're in denial, you're lying to yourself, right? So I feel like as this man is talking to God and telling him, like, do you have the strength to be brave? Are you going to be brave? Do you have the strength? Are you brave enough to admit to yourself? Because this man has been lying to himself. He's been in denial. He didn't want to see things for what it was. I feel like part of that was because he was scared that if he seen the situation for what it was, he would also be seeing what he was risking, what he, like, in a sense, threw away, which was staying the course towards a happy, healthy stability with you, collective. I feel like this man he just didn't want to see what he threw away. In a sense, he threw you away, collective. He threw you away. But now God is like, like, open your eyes. And then you have the community gossiping and talking about this. They're talking about everybody. They're talking about you. They're talking about this man. They're talking about his mom. They're talking about his sister. Nobody is exempt right now from being gossiped within the community. Nobody. Everybody is being gossiped about, whether it's good gossip or bad gossip. Every one of these people's names are in the community's mouths. All right? So, jot that down. What is that? Ex-boyfriend or husband? Actually, did that flip over? No. Yeah, so this could be your ex-boyfriend or your ex-husband. So this man, he risked it all by staying in this situation, being in denial. So that's what I'm saying. It's up to you whether or not you want to get back together with this person. That's up to you, right? I know better than to go back to people from the past, but, every situation is different, right? Some people, some people are meant to get back together. Some people, it is what it is. You're not. So you would have to make that decision, collective. Thank the universe. I feel like you are bright energy, color uplifts you. That goes with that. This man is doing something. This man is doing something. What is he doing? He's trying to get a second chance. This man is trying to get a second chance. My head hurts. It has to do with the Four of Wands. I feel like this man feels like that he has found an opening to have a Four of Wands life, whether it's with you or with somebody else, right? Now, if it's with somebody else, then, that's what he's doing. He's trying to pay his debts to the divine. He's trying to clear his karma. So he's trying to clear his karma to either have Four of Wands with somebody new or to have Four of Wands with you. But again, that's up to you whether or not you want to, get back together with this person. If this is like, your ex-boyfriend or your ex-husband. For some of you, this could be an ex-girlfriend or ex-wife. I'm gonna get a couple more, and then I'll go back to tarot, and then I'll close it. Use you for money. Ain't that sad? They saw him as a wealthy man. They were using him for money. Anything. They were using him for money, emotional happiness, emotional stability. Like, they used this man in every possible way they can, because they're not right in the head, I'm telling you. Well, I was gonna post something too, but I didn't, because it was actually kind of like, when you spent so much time working on what you have instead of within you, instead of what's inside of you, you realize that they only care about what you have and not what's inside of you. Right? So this is what happened. They only cared about what this man had and what this man could do for them. They didn't care about who he really is, what he really needed, right? And I feel like he was keeping himself in denial from that. Yo, yeah, my mom really loves me. Oh, my sister really loves me. No, they really love how you make them feel, which is not normal. They really love what you can do for them, which is not normal. But anyways, so now God is talking to him, and God's like, are you brave enough to admit yourself? Are you brave enough to get out of denial? You know, Wheel of Fortune. That's sad. So, but it's also under Knight of Wands. So now this man has to make a decision on whether or not what to do. So this is like the pivotal moment in his life right now. All right. So now comes the part where destiny comes in, and the fixed point in time has finally arrived. What is the decision that you're going to make? Are you going to continue to be in denial, or are you going to start working on your karmic debt? The wheel is now turning. And I feel like that's what this man has been doing. He's been trying to clear his karmic debt. That's why the wheel is now starting to turn. But it's not turning fast enough. It's like he's not... Oh my God. Alright, so he's trying to clear his karmic debt. But it's only like... He's only doing like one thing at a time. Or it's like, let's say you have a list of chores to do, right? So this would be the list of karmic debts that he has to clear up. And this is a big list. I mean, like, it's like a huge scroll, right? So he has it to clear up. And the more he clears up, you know, a little bit more will the Wheel of Fortune turn, right? But right now, it's like he's only tacked off like maybe two things on the entire scroll. So the wheel is going like, and then that's it. It's like, and it's not moving anymore, right? It's like he's at this point, but it's like he's still not brave enough, I guess. All right, I'm gonna cut this short. 42. 10 of Wands. This is really hard for him to do. He's finding out that clearing his karma it's hard. It's not easy, right? Nobody said it would be easy, but this is why he's at a very important point in his destiny right now, right? But the wheel is not turning fast enough, and it's because it's not that he's not brave enough to keep going further, but it's because like the more he tries to clear his karma, the more he realizes, wow, this shit is hard. Well, yeah, it's hard, right? It's hard for him to do this. That's why God is like, do you have the strength? Are you brave enough? Are you brave enough? The man is like, but it's so hard. He's like, yeah, of course it is going to be hard. All right, so I guess this is a reading because I don't want to keep going.